I'm going to show you how to cover a paperback book. The paperback book supplies are in the top drawer, and they come in different size rolls. And what you need to do is make sure that the book, that one is too small. They're only about 2 squares on either side. This one is about right. These two are too big, you'd waste a lot. So I've pre-cut a piece of plastic. There are 3 pieces of backing that you have to remove. The first one goes down the middle, and the other 2 are equal sized on either side. You want to take them all off, and then the material will be much easier to work with once it's not backed. You're going to position this to the right of center and leaving about 2 inches, at least 2 inches, top, bottom, and sides, but you're going to have quite a bit more on this side because it has to come over the spine and the front of the book. So you're going to press it down firmly, then pull up the big piece so that it sticks firmly to the spine. Set it down, and then use this or this to smooth it down. Now you'll notice, for example, that there's a big bubble there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's a common thing that happens when you're covering paperbacks. This sticky stuff is quite forgiving. You can pull it off, and we position it without damaging the book. So you're going to take something, either this, which is called a bone folder, or this plastic one, which some people prefer. Smooth it down. Now there's a little bit too much here, so I'm going to trim a little piece off. But if you put that much down, it doesn't matter. It's better to have too much than too little. If you have too little, it will come unstuck over time. So once you've stuck the front cover down, you want to trim off a big triangle here. So you're cutting right up to the corner of the book, cutting off that triangle, and then you're going to do the same thing on the other front corner. Just be careful not to cut the book. And then you're going to do a slight angle here towards the spine, but not all the way to the spine, because the book does not open all the way. Same thing on the top. You want to leave about a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch, maybe a 1/4 inch. You have to be able to fold these in. That's why you need to not go all the way to the spine. So once you've got your 3 flaps ready, you're going to fold the big one in first, smooth it with your hands, and then use one of these tools to really smooth it down. And you're going to do the top and the bottom. And all of these, every time you stick something down, you want to make sure that there are no air bubbles. And smooth it. Even if you think you're really good with your hands, use one of these tools because they will be able to smooth it much more firmly than your hands. Okay, then before you do the back cover, which is basically the same thing, you want to smooth the spine, and then cut 2 triangles. Cut to your spine, 1/4 inch from the spine. Tuck in the big one first. And if you feel that they're all going pretty well, you can wait until you've done all 3 of them to smooth all 3 of them. Okay, so we're going to now smooth down all 3 flaps. I'm going to make sure they're all smooth. Now this one, for example, this is a good example of where you might have to undo. So we're going to undo this because I noticed that here, the big one does not, I didn't pull it in tight enough. So I'm just going to undo this. It's not going to hurt the book. And you're going to pull it really tight so that there's no little piece, extra piece on the edge. Okay, so once everything is smooth, use your bone folder or your smoother. And then the last step is to trim this excess off of the spine. And you can't hurt the book because the scissors stop you. So go right up against it. You don't want to have any extra bits at the top. And that is how you cover a paperback book.